Okay, students, we'll start this session. Yeah, so previous class, no doubts, I feel. Okay. Today we'll be understanding the scope of consumer behavior. Okay. And okay, scope of consumer behavior, then the basic components of consumer behavior in that. Okay. Is my voice audible? Any ambiguity? Understand the concept? In hearing my voice, all fine, clear. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, scope. In the previous class, we understood the uh, any product. Okay, you have your own pattern of buying it. Okay, and the consumption pattern, you have your own consumption pattern, and your behavior changes. Say, for example, Varun as an individual, I like red color. Just an example, or is blue color. But that doesn't mean that my family would like the same color. Okay, so our pattern changes. It varies from person to person. Okay, how it happens? Let's understand now. Okay, so please come to this basic components that in this scope of consumer behavior. Okay, if you are unable to hear my voice, just inform me, students, so that I can see it over here.
So you're not audible.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, yes.
Now we can hear
Okay,
sir.
okay, fine, fine, fine. Okay, 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 fine. The first point you did here, I suppose, then decision making. Was it clear? Okay,
No, sir, we
did
couldn't
decision
hear.
making. Sorry. Hello.
Sir, explain it once again, sir.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Okay, we'll do that. Okay. Decision making. Any customer who is planning to buy any product, first is he'll make the decision. Okay. Simply you cannot go to a market and buy the product. Okay. You go to, say, for example, if you're making an online purchase, let's talk about online purchase, then let's go to the traditional market. Okay. Whenever you're doing an online purchase, first you check an Amazon, you do a comparison with the Flipkart, you do a comparison with the eBay and everywhere. Only then you go for buying the product. Okay. But first is decision making. What is the product the customer is looking for? Okay, that the customer decides it first. Okay, So he'll go through all this process like need recognition, information search, evaluation of alternative, purchase activity, post-purchase behavior. This part we'll be studying it later in detail. This is a replica of your research method subject. Okay. But over here, decision making, first thing you got to remember is the customer makes a decision what product he wants to buy. The first point. Is that clear, students? The first point. Any ambiguity in this? The first point. Hello?
Sir, clear, sir.
Hello? Can you hear me? Yeah, fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Second is actual purpose. Now, it is based on the behavior. This includes the visible physical activity of buying goods or services. It is the result of interplay of many individuals and environmental determinants which are invisible. Now, the customer actually decides to buy the product. Okay. Now, actually decides to buy the product. His behavior changes. Say, for example, when you go to a traditional market, you're buying any product. You immediately ask the salesperson, how is this product? Okay, because you want to know the in and out of the product. You go for asking the features of the product. Okay, why? Because you're made up your mind to buy the product. The actual purchase is going to happen. So that's what we call it as actual purchase. Okay, just add one example over there. Okay, asking the features to the salesperson. Asking the features to the salesperson. That would be really nice, easy way to understand. Asking the features to the salesperson. I hope you got the printout with you. Yes or no?
Yes.
The handout page.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We can just over there. Yeah. Fine. Then comes individual determinants and environmental influences. Okay. The third point is individual determinants and environmental influences. The environmental factors affect the decision process indirectly through way of affecting individual determinants. Now, how it works is individual, I as an individual or as you as an individual, you have your own taste, you have your own likes, you have your own dislikes. Okay, but there is something called as environmental influences. Okay, the cultural and environmental factors also play a very important role in consumer decision making. Okay, now say for example, many people they stopped using polythene bags because to safeguard the environment. Okay, so that's a very good example to understand this. Okay, individual feels that I need not go for polythene bags, I'll go for a jute bag. Okay, so that I can keep my environment clean. Now there is something environmental influences the culture and socio-cultural factors where you come from. Okay, few families they are very much specific about black in color. They don't buy products which are black in color because of the influences of the family members and this cultural and socio-cultural factors. That affects a lot over here. So individual determinants and environmental influences. Okay. 1 second, students. Just be online. Students, 2 minutes. I'll just be back in 2 minutes. Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah, fine. Please respond, students, because I feel that I'm talking to myself. Okay. Now, when I say this individual determinants and environmental factors, I was talking about socio-cultural factors. Okay. These cultural factors affects a lot whenever a customer is buying a product. Okay, I was talking about in few families even today there is a kind of a taboo wherein they don't accept black in color products. Okay, because of the culture and the socio-cultural factors which influences them. Okay, environmental factors. Either you can write a polythene bag as an example to safeguard the environment. One example, or is the other way around. If you want to write one more example, would be something called as the cultural factors what it influences because of the environmental factors. Is that clear, students? Third point. Yes or no? That would be fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Okay, the next point is buying roles. Okay, buying roles in the first semester we have understood this buying roles, but it's been a long time. So again, let's repeat this buying roles. Okay, I've given the kind of a similar example, same example. If I, as an individual, want to buy a television at my family, okay, at my family, then how it goes? Initiator is the housewife, influencer, decider, buyer, and user. I'll not touch upon this point much. The reason is we have already understood. Just have a glance at this point 4. Okay, because you are aware of this, I suppose in marketing we have studied this. Okay, so I'm not touching up much on this because it's a replica of that. Now coming to this buyers and sellers. Okay, now please understand buyers and sellers. The what we say the elements. Okay, of the buyers and seller it varies. Okay, buyer what he wants is he wants the product and he wants to satisfy his need, whereas seller always aims at maximizing the profit. So buyers and sellers. Please understand this. Again, I repeat. Buyer wants to maximize, get the benefit out of the product, whereas seller always aims at getting the profit out of it. So that's what we called as buyers and sellers in the scope of consumer behavior. So now I repeat again. Okay, one is decision making, second is actual purchase, third is buying roles and buying roles. Okay, and fifth is buyers and sellers. Okay. Now, please have a glance at these 5 points. Any doubts, any questions, any ambiguity, please let me know, students. Okay. Again, I say there is no defined points for this. Okay. You can come up with your points in the exam. Okay. You can come up with your points. Okay. There is no defined points for this. Okay. So just have a glance at it. Any questions for me, please let me know, or else we'll move to the very, very important part of this module, characteristics of an Indian consumer. Any questions,
Done, sir.
students? Any ambiguity? Any point, please let me know. Yes? Yeah,
Done, sir.
fine. Others, any questions? Those who are joining late in the comment section, please write present, sir. That would be really nice for me to jot down the attendance. Okay. Those who joined late in the comment section, please type present, sir. That would be more than helpful to take attendance. Again, I repeat. Shall we move to characteristics of Indian consumer? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, students. Some noise disturbance. Some construction is going on. Yes, please. Yeah. Question?
So no, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'll move to the important part. Please put a star mark, students. Every year this question appears in the paper. 7 marks question in your paper. Must and should. Every year it appears. Okay, so let's understand one by one. Characteristics of Indian customers. Okay, Indian consumers. The first is expected utility from the products or services. Okay, characteristics expected utility from the products or services. Okay. Now, utility, when I say in economics, you have studied what is utility. Utility, when I say want satisfying power of a commodity, we call it as utility. Again, I repeat, utility means want satisfying power of a commodity. We call it as utility. Now, customer expects utility from the products or services what it is buying. Okay. Now, for example, I launched 2G cell phone in the market. And if I try to sell it to you earbuds, will you buy it? No, you say no to it because it is not going to give any utility for you because the generation is about 4G. In future, it is going to be 5G. Then why would you accept connection cell from me. Okay. So utility means the customer wants to benefit out of the product what he is buying and the services what the company is delivering to him. Only then the customer will buy the product. If I get something which is outdated product, you will not buy it. Okay. If I try to sell 1100 Nokia 1100 cell phone to you, your generation, it's the generation about everything online, everything about a touch screen. And if I'm trying to sell a keypad cell phone to you, which does not have an internet facility in that, the customer will not even buy because he is not going to get any utility of the services provided by the marketer. So that's what we call it as expected utility from the products or services. Now, say customer expects utility from the product or services from the functional to the lifestyle. I've given two examples over here. Nexus Cias, here utility is comfort. If you have seen this advertisement by Ranveer Singh, okay, he's sitting at the back seat, okay, and the driver is driving the car. But actually, the advertisement they have shown it so beautifully that he's sitting on the back seat and he's so comfortable. But actually, at the end, they show that he himself is driving the car. It means they are showing that it's such a nice utility. Utility over here is comfort. The car is so comfortable. And if you see over here, Tata Nexon utility is safety. This is the only car which is safety cleared in India, in Indian market. So this is something a customer is getting the benefit out of the product. Benefit out of. That's what we call it as utility. Is that clear, students? Any ambiguity in this concept? The first concept, please let me know.
So clear, sir.
Yeah. So I'll move to the next point, consumerism.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Consumerism, the protection or the promotion of the interest of the consumer. It essentially means the growing wants and needs of the individuals for the goods or services. The consumer standards of life is going higher and hence the needs are escalating as well. Okay. Now, consumerism, when I say in short, it's something the customer has a right towards a particular product or service. We call it as consumerism. Now, say for example, you go to a medical, you buy some medicines. It's a consumer right to demand for the bill. Only then you are a right customer or as a consumer. Please understand. Whenever you go for any purchases, please demand for the bill. It's your consumer right, and you got to demand for it. Okay. Then what we say, consumerism is basically the protection or the promotion of the interest of the consumer. Okay, that's the protection and the promotion of the interest of the consumer. Okay, if you see my example over there, Jago Grahak Jago, because why I put this example, the reason is the Indian market is trying to tell the customer that whenever you're buying something, okay, please demand for the bill. If the marketer is charging you more than MRP, okay, please ask him why this has more than MRP. You can even file a case on him. Okay, he or she is charging the product more than MRP because of the consumerism, the rights given to the customers while buying the product. That's what we call as consumerism over here. Is that fine, students? The second point.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll move to the next point. Comfort with borrowing to fund future consumption. Okay. Comfort with borrowing to fund future consumption. When you say customer in India are buying products on EMI basis nowadays. Okay. Now, say for example, Tata, take an example of Bajaj Finance. Okay. Varun felt that I want to buy a television. Okay, which is worth of 50,000 or 60,000 worth, but I don't have a single penny in my pocket. But Bajaj Finance came up with a very nice concept for the people, wherein you want to buy, your dream is you want to buy a 50-inch television, but the price is 60,000. But in one shot, you can't pay the 60,000. So what Bajaj Capital said, okay, we'll provide you the fund. Okay, a slight interest rate will be there, but what it happens? Comfort with borrowing to fund the future consumption means I'm getting the product initially of worth rupees 60,000, but I will not pay the 60,000 in one shot. I go on paying the 60,000 on installment basis. That's what the customer has got the benefit out of it. The characteristic is comfort with borrowing to fund future consumption. I go on paying the amount on EMI basis, but I'll become the real owner of this television. That's what comfort with borrowing the fund to future consumption. Is that clear, students? You can see this example, Bajaj Finance over there. That would be really easy to understand. Is that fine? The third point, comfort with borrowing to fund future consumption. Any ambiguity in this? Students, hello.
So fine, sir.
Okay.
So
The
this
next is
happens in
foreign
terms
is
of
passe.
ideal.
Sorry, Srinidhi, can you be a bit audible?
So this is the same for the house loan and all now.
Sorry, I'm unable to hear you. Can you? Yeah, one second. Sorry. Yeah,
So for
there is a
house
voice
loan,
disturbance,
car
Srinidhi.
loan and all.
Yes, yes. House loan, education loan, then vehicle loan, the EMI options what they are given. You can write that as an example. Even that would be fine. Yes, of course, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay,
Yes, sir.
great, great. Okay. Others, any questions? Okay. Shall I move to the next point? Foreign is passe, India is paramount.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. Great. Thank you. Now, foreign, they prefer the goods manufactured in India as it's a paramount, meaning more important than anything else. Now, say for example, few people in India, they don't accept foreign brands, but they accept the brands or the products which are manufactured only in India because it's our product. Now, when Patanjali Baba Ramdev came into market way back in 2010, okay, they introduced these products, okay, in the year 2016, they did a drastic change in the Indian market. People started accepting the products because it's a basic product, it's our product, Indian product. So here, foreign is a passive, India is paramount. Now, at present, even you can see the something which is made in China because of this corona, something which is made in China, people are not accepting it. Okay, even in Amazon, you can see the label has come already made in India. Okay, and MI televisions or MI products, you can say made in China. They clearly specifying this. So now it's a great advantage if you do a sort analysis. That's a great opportunity for the marketers to push the products which is manufactured in India. So foreign is a passive over here. India is a paramount. Means they are giving more importance to their product which is manufactured in our own country. There are few customers who do this. Okay. So foreign is a passive. India is a paramount. The best example is the Ayurvedic products of Patanjali. Easily you can write it in the paper. Okay. Now the next point, eating habits. Eating habits from the traditional meals has changed to Indianized. People in India have stopped having meals. They are enjoying burger instead of meals. Okay, there were days, students, the days are gone now, wherein the eating habits of the customer is changing day by day. Okay. Say for example, if you're going for a party, would you say for example, you as the classmates, boys and girls, if you're going for a party, would you go to any South Indian hotel and have South Indian meals like chapati, rice, sambar, and come back? No, you would not do that. Okay. Now your generation is all about going to a McD, having McDonald's or a hamburger, veg burger, and coming back. Or else going to Domino's, having a pizza and a Coke, okay, instead of buttermilk. And this is how the habits, eating habits of the customer are changing day by day. We can see a drastic change in the eating habits and the consumption pattern of people. Okay. Any doubts in these 2 points? Foreign is a passive, India is paramount, and eating habits. Please let me know, students, before I move to the next point. Now this characteristics is basically only for Indian customer students. Okay, this point you will not find it in Schiffman Kanuk textbook because that's a global textbook what we are referring. Okay, so this is something basically only for the Indian customer, Indian consumers. Okay, any questions with regard to this? Please let me know, students, or else I'll move to the next point: the rise of women.
No, sir. Next.
Okay, fine. Okay, the rise of women. As we see nowadays, the men and women are equal. Okay, in Indian market, women are reorganizing their household chores. Marketer has made their life very simple by introducing ready-to-eat food to save their time and energy. There were days when, if you ask your granny or his mom, not your mom, grannies, if you ask for us, even mom, my mom, I have to say this as an example. Okay. Now, there were days where the mom was the granny could not go for a work. Only the elderly people, the male person, was to go to work. But now you see the generation is changing day by day. Okay, even women are working; they are equal to men. Okay, now the marketer made the best use of this. Okay, they don't get enough time to take care of the household at the same time take care of the office work. So what something ready to eat food have come in the market. Say for example, Pule masala has come in the market, which is ready to eat food. Even the gulab jamun has also come in the market. Take an example of masala, Maggi masala kappa. Okay, you need not put it on the gas and wait for the longer hour. You just take this Maggi masala kappa and pour some water into it. Okay, and you can on the way you can go on consuming this Maggi masala kappa. So that's what we can say. The rise of the woman has made the marketer think many times and introduce many products. Nowadays, you are getting onion paste, ginger garlic paste because it is ready-made. The ladies need not wait or else take time to cut it, make it pieces, chop down, nothing as such. Okay, because marketer has made their life very simple because of understanding the consumer behavior and they have introduced these products in the market. Is that clear, students? The rise of woman. Any questions for me with regard to rise of woman?
No, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. The last is comfort level with technology. Okay. Indian consumers are comfortable with technology as the generation is changing. Okay. Alexa has now the technology is changing. The consumer and the customer behavior is also changing. A day has come when we are talking to a system called as Alexa, Amazon Alexa, and the Alexa is reminding us everything. There were days when we used to remember everything what we are supposed to do. And whenever we want some task to be done, then we are telling Alexa to perform our task. There were days when you used to keep money in your pocket, go to a hotel and make the payment, the cash. Then came the card, credit card and debit card. But now it's all about online payment, what is happening in Indian market. It's all about, if you see in my handouts, Google Pay, BMAP, Phone Pay, Paytm, WhatsApp phone it will be introduced. So this is something you can see, the payment options, okay, you need not carry cash in your pocket. All you got to do is online transaction, just go scan the code and make the payment. So this is comfort level of technology. There are many customers in Indian market today. They are very comfortable with the technology, what is being given to them. Okay, with regard to digital payment, what we say. Okay, so these are the 7 points, students. Characteristics of Indian consumer, must and should question. Very, very, very important question for the exam point of view. Any doubts in these 7 questions? Please let me know. I can help you. I will try my best to help you out on this. Okay.
Sir, your voice is
Any
breaking,
questions?
sir.
Sorry, Shreyans, there is a disturbance. Yes, please. Hello?
Sir, voice, sir, not audible, sir.
I can't hear. Hello? Or else type the comment. That would be easy for me. Any questions in the 7 points? Others, please let me know. Vineet, any question? Others, any questions? Please let me know, students.
No questions, sir. Your voice is breaking in between.
There is again disturbance. Can you type your questions, students, so that it will be easy for me? I'm not able to hear you. There is some technical error, network issue, I feel. Okay, okay. No doubts? Uh, any questions in the 7 points?
No, sir.
Sir, no, sir.
No, yeah, others fine, all fine, clear. Okay. Now the next point is consumer movement in India. Okay. The consumer movement is an effort to promote consumer protection through an organized social movement, which is in many places led by consumer organizations. It advocates for the rights of the consumer, especially when those rights are overstepped by the actions of corporation, government, and other organizations, products and services to the consumer. Okay, here what we are trying to say is The Indian government, okay, it started consumer movement wherein they wanted to tell the people about their rights, the consumer rights. Okay, that's what we call it as consumerism over here. Consumerism is a social and economic order that is based on systematic creation for fostering, is adopting of the desire to purchase goods or services in every greater amount. Okay. Now, what we're trying to say over here is, students, okay, it's a social movement, okay, seeking for the arguments of the rights and powers of the buyers in relation to the seller. Means, what are the rights of the buyer in relation to seller? I was talking about one example. If you are a buyer and if you are buying any product, if it's more than MRP, the seller is demanding the or is charging you more than MRP, it's your right to ask the seller immediately, why is he charging more than the MRP? You have a complete right. And whenever you buy any product, please demand for a bill because it's your right. Always remember this. Okay, be it a small product, whatever it is, please demand for a bill. And the seller cannot deny from giving a bill to you. Okay. And if it's more than MRP, please raise your voice then and there itself because it's your right given to you. Is that clear, students? The concept is it clear before I move to the benefits of consumerism?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, benefits of consumer. What are the benefits? Because of this consumerism, what benefits we get? Consumer gets an education of this. Okay. Consumer is educated because of consumerism. The first point, consumer is educated. The second is consumer groups can link between government and industry. Okay. Consumer can link between government and industry. Okay. If something happens, you can raise a complaint in consumer court. Okay. Between the government and industry, you become a link. Then product research and information to the consumer. Okay. You can do a product research. You'll get to know what is this product all about because you're getting educated about the product. Even the advertisement, the marketer says this is the product available. How many of you, whenever you're buying a product, you read the ingredients of the product and buy the product? Can you say one or two, yes or no? Do you read the ingredients before buying the product? The ingredients on the labeling, they provide this is for external use, this is for internal use, blah blah blah, oral use. Okay, it's a product research and information to the consumer. The marketer provides the information to the consumer how to use this product. What are the ingredients used in this particular product? Now, take an example of the labeling. In the next part, we'll be understanding. You need not worry on that. But take a simple example of the toothpaste or a food product. The marketer will mention it's a vegetarian or non-vegetarian with the symbol green in veg and red in non-vegetarian. So this is something because of the consumerism, the product research and information to the consumer is given by the marketer. Now, that's the benefit of the customer as well. And responsibility on the manufacturers and the marketers. Okay, the marketers and the manufacturer take the responsibility to safeguard the customer, okay, and give their rights to them. Move towards societal concept of marketing. Marketer always thinks about the society before giving the products. So that's one more benefit of consumerism. Okay. So this is simple self-explanatory students 5 points. Now, obstacles means the drawbacks of consumerism is lack of leadership. Okay. Many people do not say, for example, if a particular chain is charging 5 rupee product, if he is charging 10 rupees or 7 rupees, people they never raise their voice. They just ignore it. Just 2 rupees, so need not make any sound or noise. Just they ignore it and they just buy the product. So that's a lack of leadership. People don't worry about it. Many times you might have done any product if you receive from Amazon, and if it's not good, you don't bother of returning it. That's okay. Let me not fight for this silly point, and you just ignore it. But actually, as per consumer is your right, students, to demand for it. Okay, so lack of leadership. Then illiteracy. Rural people will never understand these rights and rights about their product. Many times when we were working in the corporate, we have seen this Vaseline fake products were sold in the market. Surf Excel, counterfeit brands, Arlogy is being sold in the market. Fair and Lovely is being sold. Vaseline is sold. Okay, so Run is sold instead of Rain soap. Run is sold in the market, and people they are illiterate. They are not aware of it. They just look at the packaging and they buy the product. So that's our biggest drawback. Then difficulty in educating the consumers. Now I'm telling so many things, but still, whenever you're buying anything, you'll never demand for a bill. Sometimes you don't bother of demanding for a bill. Okay, you just ignore it. So that's a difficulty in educating consumers. Okay, many times we say this, but few people they don't follow. They don't demand for a bill. Okay, how many of you demand for a bill in medical? One or two? Can you speak? Yeah, do you actually demand for a bill? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So silence. Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. Then cumbersome legal process. Okay. People think that there is a long legal process for this where if you file a complaint, so they just ignore it. Okay. That's the biggest drawback again. The lack of effective implementation of legislative measures. Okay. Though the government is trying to do this, but there is lack of effective implementation. They are unable to completely implement it. So that's the biggest drawback what I see. Okay, what is being mentioned in the textbook as well. So this is again the obstacles of consumerism. Okay. Now any doubts in this consumerism, benefits of consumerism and obstacles of consumerism? Please let me know. Students. Okay, I can revise it again if required. Just let me know any ambiguity. If I'm fast, please let me know because it's an online class. So I'm asking you again and again because I can't look at it, I can't judge on the body language over here. So any ambiguity, any confusions with regard to the subject, please let me know. First unit is a very simple unit. From the second unit, the model starts a very quite interesting subject, consumer behavior. But if just first unit is just a touch upon on the consumer rights and consumer behavior, blah blah blah. Later we'll be getting into the detail of it. Okay. So ambiguity, just let me know, friends. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Others, any ambiguity? I'll stop here, students, because it's already 12:54, and that too it's on weekend. Again, I did not hamper your weekend. So, any questions for me before I wind up? Just to let me know. Are you following the subject? Yes, no. Am I fast, slow? Is it helping out?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Any confusions? Just let me know, students. Okay, quite a easy subject. Okay. Okay, students. If there are no questions, now these 43 participants, everyone has marked present. Before I wind up, please make sure that you are marked or you're in the comment box. You have said present. Because the same I'll be giving it to Rohit sir, and the same will be given to the college. Yeah, everyone has said present in the comment. If you have missed, please do that before I wind up. Okay. Students, yesterday I have sent you some case studies. There are somewhere 9 or 10 case studies. We'll be solving those one by one. Okay. And if you get any case studies from the old question paper, please get it to me or else post it in the group. Okay, and we'll solve the case studies. No issues. Get any case from any textbook, we'll solve the cases. Not an issue. Once the offline starts again, we'll be doing more and more cases. No, need not worry on that. Okay. Okay, if there are no questions, if you have marked present over there, then let's wind up. Okay, if everyone winds up, then the last I'll wind up. Okay, the reason is you are supposed to mark present over there. That's it. Okay, thank you so much, students. Happy weekend. Take care. God bless.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye bye. Thank you.
Bye, sir.
Bye bye.